Hello students, in last class we already discussed about some applications regarding the Biot-Savart's law, how to Biot-Savart's law apply to find out the magnetic field strength due to different current carrying shapes of current carrying conductors, and today we are going to discuss about a solenoid. What is a solenoid? Okay, before that in last class I gave you a question for find out the magnetic field strength due to a infinite current carrying sheet. Okay, hope you all tried how to solve that. So today let's do it, how to find out the solution. So in last class I gave you a question that there is a infinite sheet like this, okay, it's spread up to infinite, clear, and current I is flowing through this like this. I current is flowing through this infinite sheet, and the width of this sheet is given as A, and the thickness is very negligible, and from this bisector of the sheet at a perpendicular distance there is a point P which is at a distance r. Let this point be O, 90 degree. Okay, so we have to find out the magnetic field strength at this point P due to this current carrying sheet. This sheet is three dimensional like this. It is in this plane. Let this be in YZ plane and the point is in X axis. Clear? So for that we have to imagine a very small segment of infinite length like this. Let just imagine a very small current carrying infinite conductor of thickness dx. Okay, let this is a very small infinite current carrying conductor of thickness dx. Okay, which is at a distance x from this bisector of this infinite flat sheet. Okay, from one end let this be at the left end and this is be at the right. This is the bisector of this thin sheet. This segment of very small thickness, let the thickness of this segment is dx, and it is at a distance x from the bisector line. Okay, and similarly there will be a corresponding segment along this side, the right hand side of this bisector, as this is along the left hand side. Similarly there will be another segment, the same segment of thickness dx like this. Which is at the same distance x along the right hand side of this bisector. So for assuming this only, forget about this, just now assuming this segment of thickness dx which is at the left hand side of this bisector and at a distance x from the center of this bisector O, and its distance from this point of observation is d. Clear? As this angle is 90 degree, it's a three-dimensional figure, you have to assume like that. This is the segment, okay, here is the point of observation and here is a strip. Just turn this sheet like this. If this is the sheet, this is the sheet, okay, this is the bisector, here is the O, and just along this line at this point here is point of observation P, and I am considering a thin segment at this point of width dx and this distance is x, and from this point O, let this is the axis, here is a point of observation P at a distance r, and this segment from this point, this diagonal, this distance which is the hypotenuse of this right angle triangle be d. Okay, now you can imagine this is the point O and here is the segment of thickness dx which is at a distance x to the left of this infinite thin sheet, and this is the line OP, where this is the point O and this is the point P, where we have to find out the net magnetic field strength due to this infinite sheet. So now this distance is x, this distance will be the perpendicular distance r, and from this strip to this point, this hypotenuse distance will be how much? D. Let this angle be theta. Clear? So now if this is D, this is R. Okay, now you understood? So if this angle is theta, this distance is R, and this is x, this is right angle triangle, this angle is 90 degree, then we can find out the current is flowing like this across this. If this is the I, along this the current is also flowing like this. So for this statement current is like this, and we have to find out the magnetic field strength at this point. So here the element, current carrying element along this, the position vector will be like this. So like this, the force will be along this direction. At this point the magnetic field dB will be like this. Clear? If this angle is theta, now split this into two segments. This is theta, this angle will be 90 minus theta, and this angle will be again theta. So this will be dB cos theta, and this will be dB sin theta. Clear? Similarly for this segment, at this point the current is flowing like this, Di. Here the current is Di. So this Di current is flowing like this, and its distance from this point will be again D. This angle is also theta. So now current like this distance is diagonal distance will be this, current flowing along this direction this. So force for this point due to this infinitesimally thin straight conductor of width dx similar to this one will be along this direction, perpendicular to, this is the line, and will be perpendicular to this, so it will be along this direction, dB dash. Let this is the dx. For this will be dB dash, this is dB. Again this angle is theta, so this will be 90. This angle is theta, this will be 90 minus theta. So if we split into two perpendicular components, one will be along this direction, another one will be along this direction. So these two components will cancel, only dB cos theta will be added up, because along this direction this, so this will theta, this will be 90 minus theta, this will be theta, so this will be dB, this will be theta, this will be dB cos theta, this will be dB sin theta. As this is theta, this will be 90 minus theta, and this will be theta. So this will be dB dash cos theta, this will be dB dash sin theta, and both dB and dB dash are similar. Are you understood? This angle is theta. Okay, so as this is perpendicular to this segment, so this complete angle will be how much? 90 minus theta, and due to this is the vertical component, this is the horizontal component along this. So this will be how much? If this is 90 minus theta, this will be theta. If this is theta, this will be again dB dash cos theta, and along this direction this will be again dB sin theta, and dB dash and dB both are same, as this distance is x and this distance is d for both the cases, and this angle are theta and theta. So these two will be cancelled, dB sin theta and dB dash sin theta will cancel, only dB dash and dB cos theta will be added up, and both dB dash and dB are same. So we have to calculate here only the vertical component, which is dB cos theta. Clear? Okay. So now just rub these things. So we already understood that only the vertical component is added up and the horizontal components will be cancelled out. So just think about one segment, because for each and every segment along the left hand side of this infinitely straight flat strip, there is another segment on the right hand side which will cancel its horizontal component. So here, if this is the angle, this is the perpendicular distance r, and this angle is theta, so this segment will be how much? dB cos theta, and it will be only added up. dB sin theta will be cancelled out by another segment on the right hand side, which will produce dB sin theta along this direction. Okay, so now I rough it to clean the figure so that you can understand easily. This is the angle, this will be dB cos theta along this direction. Now we have to find out dB cos theta. So what is the value of dB? Here the distance is d, this is the current carrying element along this direction, this will be theta. So from this angle is right angle, so from this d can be written as, from this figure we can write d. D will be how much? This is 90 degree, this is d, so d can be written as cos theta will be how much? In this triangle OP, let this will be Q. In triangle OPQ, cos theta equal to B by H. If this is theta, this is 90, this will be B, this will be H, R by D. So this implies you can write D equal to R sec theta. Okay, D will be how much? R sec theta. So at this point, due to this, we can write the net magnetic field strength due to this infinitely long straight conductor of thickness dx. What is the value of di? This is infinitely long straight conductor, and from this it will be at a distance d. So the magnetic field strength at any point dB due to infinitely long straight conductor is how much? Mu naught I divided by 2 pi r, or in this case the r will be how much? D, 2 pi d, and I will be di, the current flowing through this length dx. So as I current pass through a width, so current per unit length will be how much? I by a. In a width, I current is passing. So per unit length, I by a will current will passing. So for dx length, okay, per unit length, this will be, let lambda will be I by a. So for dx width, di will be how much? Lambda into dx. This implies I by a into dx. So here dB equal to mu naught di by 2 pi d. This implies dB will become how much? Mu naught by 2 pi d. In place of di you can write I by a into dx. Okay, this is equation 1, this is equation 2. Now using 1 and 2, we will get dB equal to mu naught I dx divided by 2 pi a. In place of d we can write r sec theta. Clear? Okay, but we want what? Here we want only the component of dB, that is dB cos theta, because dB sin theta will cancel by another corresponding segment in the left hand side of this bisector of the infinite flat sheet. So what will be dB cos theta? dB will be this much, so this implies dB cos theta will become how much? Mu naught I dx divided by 2 pi a r sec theta into cos theta. Clear? And this can be written as and from this we can be written as cos theta can be written as 1 by sec theta. So it will become how much? dB cos theta will be mu naught I dx divided by 2 pi a r sec square theta. Equation 3. Okay, now again in, let this be equation 3. Now again in triangle OPQ, okay, tan theta will be how much? P by B. This implies tan theta will be how much? P by B. This implies tan theta equal to P. This is theta. P will be x, B will be r. x by r. So from this x equal to r tan theta, this implies dx will be how much? R sec square theta d theta. Clear? Equation 4. Okay, tan theta will be p by b. Here theta, tan theta will be p by b, that means x by r. So from this x will be r tan theta, and differentiating both sides with respect to d theta, we will get dx equal to r sec square theta d theta. Clear? Now putting this value of dx in equation 3, we will get what? Now using equation 4 in equation 3, that means we are replacing the dx value with this. We will get what? So this implies db cos theta will become how much? Mu naught I, in place of dx, r sec square theta d theta divided by 2 pi a r sec square theta. So r sec square theta will get cancelled. So db net or db cos theta equal to mu naught I d theta divided by 2 pi a. This will be the expression for, due to this small segment, the net magnetic field at point P due to this small segment of infinite length. But we have to find out the net magnetic field due to complete segment. So dB cos theta net will be equal to how much? Now integrating this, integration of mu naught I d theta divided by 2 pi a, integration of d theta. This angle is now varying, and this angle will vary from what? If this end, this is theta at this portion, and this theta will vary from this end to this end. Clear? This is the segment, and here I am assuming a thickness dx of infinite strip, and this strip can be vary from this bisector to up to this edge, and again in left hand side from this bisector to up to this edge. So if this will be theta 1 and this will be minus theta 2. So here the theta will be variable, it will be vary from minus theta 2 to theta 1. So now we have to find out what is the value of theta 1 and theta 2. As this length is r, and this length can be maximum up to a by 2 in this direction and up to along a by 2 in this direction, as total length is a. So from the bisector, this length will be maximum up to this end will be a by 2, and this length will be a by 2, and this angle will be theta dash, and this angle will be theta 2, theta 1 and theta 2. So from this we can write tan theta 1, tan theta 1 will be equal to p by b. What is p? Here p. Tan theta 1 will be like this end. Okay, this is theta 1, and from this end this will be theta 2. So tan theta 1 will be like this much end. Sorry, this is not the angle. Tan theta 1 will be this end, and here the tan theta will be this angle. Okay, not this. Okay, sorry, I draw it wrongly. This is not the angle, this will be the angle due to this edge, because x is varying like this. Okay, so this will be the end to end angle. So this angle will be theta 1 from here to here, and this angle will be theta 2 from here to here. So as this will be theta 1, this length will be a by 2, as this will be theta 2, this length will be a by 2, and this will be remain same as b, which is r. So tan theta 1 will be how much? A by 2 r. Similarly tan theta 2 will be how much again? A by 2 r. So from this we can write theta 1 equal to tan inverse a by 2 r, and theta 2 equal to again tan inverse a by 2 r. Clear? Because this angle will be theta 1, this angle will be theta 2. Only want theta 2 and theta 1. So theta 1 will be tan inverse a by 2 r, theta 2 will be tan inverse a by 2 r. Clear? How? Because this edge to edge, this angle will be theta 1 and theta 2, and this length will be r. This is 90 degree, this length will be a by 2 and a by 2. So from this triangle you can calculate the value of theta 1 and theta 2. So now replacing theta 2 and theta 1 from this equation, we will get what? This dB cos theta net will be can be written as simply dB net, simply written as B net. At this B net will be integrating this 0 to B net will be written as B net equal to, now integrating this one, mu naught I by 2 pi a is constant, integrating d theta from minus theta to, that means minus tan inverse a by 2r to tan inverse a by 2r. So this will become mu naught I divided by 2 pi a, d theta will be theta, upper limit tan inverse a by 2r, minus of minus, that will be plus tan inverse a by 2r. So this will become B net will be equal to mu naught I by 2 pi a into tan inverse a by 2r, tan inverse a by 2r will be 2 tan inverse a by 2r, or this implies B net will be how much? Mu naught I by pi a into tan inverse a by 2r. This is the expression for net magnetic field strength at this point P. And as current flowing like this and point is this, so magnetic field will be inward. Clear? But here in this case, if r is very large in comparison to a, okay, if this distance r, the point of observation from this sheet will be at a very large distance in comparison to a. If r is very large in comparison to a, then theta is tends to 0, this angle will be very small, so tan inverse a by 2r will become simply can be written as a by 2r, or tan theta can be written as theta, so this will be a by 2r. So B net will become how much? Mu naught I divided by pi a inverse tan inverse a by 2r can be simply written as a by 2r. So a cancel. So this will become how much? Mu naught I divided by 2 pi r, which is equal to B net. And this is same as the expression for what? For a infinitely long straight thin current carrying conductor at a distance r, the magnetic field strength will be this much. So if r is very large in comparison to the thickness width of this flat strip, then this width behave as an what? Thin current carrying conductor for the point of observation, and the magnetic field strength will be this much. Clear? So now you can calculate how to find out the magnetic field strength due to a thin sheet of infinite length at any perpendicular observation point on the perpendicular bisector of this thin sheet. Clear? And the direction you can calculate by using right hand thumb rule or right hand palm rule. So this is the expression in general. If r is greater than a, this will be behave as what? This sheet will behave as a infinite long straight conductor. Clear? So now this is all about the question that I am solving here. So next we are going to discuss about what is a solenoid. Okay, so what is a solenoid? It's a coil, cylindrical coil having very closely wrapped insulating wires so that the length of the cylinder is large in comparison to its diameter. Okay, so solenoid, it is a cylindrical coil having very closely wrapped insulated wires so that the length of the cylinder is large in comparison to its diameter. That means the structure will be like this. This is a solenoid in which the coils the insulated wires are very closely wrapped. Okay, and this is the length L, and here this is the radius R. So this is a solenoid, a cylindrical coil where insulated wires are very closely wrapped and the length is large in comparison to R. Here L is large in comparison to R. So this is known as, and what? This is a solenoid. Okay. So what is the magnetic field strength due to a solenoid? If I allow to flow current like this, current flowing will like this. Okay, current in this coil will flow like this, then what will be the magnetic field strength within this solenoid? Okay, so now let's calculate how to find out the what will be the magnetic field strength due to this solenoid. So this is a solenoid. Inside it, this coil can be wrapped on a hollow cylindrical surface, so that inside it can have air, or it can be wrapped with any solids material which have the core as any material substance. Clear? Here we are considering only a solenoid with air as its core. Clear? So now find out the magnetic field strength when a current passes through a solenoid. So as we already discussed that this is a solenoid. And current in this flowing like this. Okay, so this is the solenoid, current flowing like this, its length is L and its radius from the center will be R. Clear? If I cut this solenoid like this longitudinally, so for this coil the current flows like this and comes like this. At this end the coil comes outside. From this end coils comes outside as coil going like this, and this is the coil like this. So at this point the coil will comes like this, and at this end coil will goes inside, because here is the direction. From this point it will goes out, and this point it will goes in. So if I cut like this, the segment will look like this. If this is the two ends, this point and this point, at this point the current will be outward at all the points, so the direction will be like this. And this point the current goes inside, so direction will be like this. Clear? And as the current in each coil, just consider these are a single coils, each of a single coil carrying current, so the magnetic field strength will be along this direction due to all the coils. Clear? So this is the longitudinal cross section of the solenoid, and here is its axis, and this is the radius R of the solenoid. Okay, now we have to find out the magnetic field strength due to this solenoid at a point P, where the length of the solenoid is L, and this point P we have to calculate the magnetic field strength due to this solenoid. Clear? So and this solenoid, this point P makes an angle theta 1 with this end, which is measuring from this direction. This is theta 1, and from this end this angle will be theta 2. Okay, we are measuring the angle of this end and this end with respect to this point P from same direction or in anti-clockwise direction, that is theta 1 and theta 2. Clear? And the number of turns per unit length of solenoid is small n. Okay, that means the number of turns of the coils per unit length of the solenoid is n. Clear? So at this point P we have to find out the net magnetic field strength due to this solenoid. Clear? So let us assume that at a distance x, just assume that from this point at a distance x I am assuming a small strip of thickness dx. Okay, this thickness is dx and this distance is x. Okay, and this thickness dx will be at an angle theta of with d theta. Okay, this angle is theta and this small angle is d theta. Clear? This strip dx is at an angle theta and with d theta. So the dx can be written as this radius is r and this angle is d theta. So dx will be written as how much? R d theta. Clear? Okay, now we have to find out the net magnetic field strength at this point P due to this strip of thickness dx. Clear? As we know, the number of turns per unit length of solenoid is n. That means for unit length there are n number of turns of coils. So for thickness dx, what will be the total number of turns of coils? The number of turns for dx length is how much? N into dx, and that means in this strip dx there are n dx number of coils, and for these n dx number of coils the point of oscillation P is an axial point which is at a distance x. So what will be the magnetic field strength due to this strip at point P? dB will equal to, we know that the magnetic field strength due to a circular coil at any axial point is how much? Mu naught I. What is the number of turns? N dx or just mu naught I. R square, R means radius of the coil, this is R square divided by 2 into radius of the coil R square plus distance of the point of observation from the center of the coil, that is x square to the power 3 by 2. This is the magnetic field strength at the center, at the point of any axial point due to a circular current carrying coil due to a single turn. Here this is the expression, but there are this number of turns into n dx. This is the net magnetic field strength at this point P due to this strip of thickness dx which carries n dx number of circular coils. Clear? Okay, let it be question 1. Now in triangle let it P and this will be Q and this portion will be S. So this will be 90 degree. So in triangle PQS, what is tan theta? This angle is theta. So what is tan theta? P by B. So here P is this much, PQS or R, B is X, R by X. So this implies X will be how much? R by tan theta or R cot theta. Clear? X will be R cot theta. Equation 2. So from this we can calculate dx will be how much? Differentiate both side, minus R cot theta, differentiation will be cosec square theta d theta. So dx will be minus R cosec square theta d theta. So now replacing the values, this will be equation 3. Replacing equation 3 and 2 in 1, we will get what? These 2 in this one, we will get dB equal to mu naught I R square, n in place of dx I can write minus R cosec square theta d theta divided by 2 R square, in place of x square I can write R square cot square theta to the power 3/2. Clear? Now rearranging this. So this will become how much? Mu naught minus, this minus will come outside, mu minus mu naught I n r cube cosec square theta d theta divided by 2 into r taking common r square, this will be 3/2 square root over cancel r cube 2r cube into 1 plus cot square theta to the power 3/2 r cube cancel. So this will be minus mu naught ni by 2 into cosec square theta d theta divided by 1 plus cot square theta to the power 3/2. What is 1 plus cot square theta? It can be written as cosec square theta. 1 plus cot square theta will be how much? Cosec square theta. So this can be written as dB. This is dB. dB equal to minus mu naught ni by 2 into cosec square theta d theta divided by 1 plus cot square theta will be how much? Cosec square theta to the power 3/2. Inside one as 1 plus cot square theta equal to cosec square theta. So this can be written as minus mu naught ni by 2 into this will become cosec square theta d theta divided by it will become cosec q theta. Square cube cancel, this will minus mu naught ni by 2 1 by cosec theta d theta, this will become how much? Mu naught ni by 2 minus 1 by cosec theta will be sin theta d theta will be how much? dB. This is the net magnetic field at this point due to this strip. Now we have to find out the total magnetic field strength due to a complete solenoid. So now integrating this from 0 to b. Here the variable is d theta, which is varies from theta 1 to theta 2. Theta 1 to theta 2. As both are measuring in same direction, so there will be no need to put minus here. So now what is the net magnetic field strength at this point P? So this implies dB limit 0 to b, just write down it directly, b equal to minus mu naught ni by 2 integration of sin theta d theta from theta 1 to theta 2. So this will be minus mu naught ni by 2, sin theta is minus cos theta from theta 1 to theta 2. So this will be minus taking outside, it will become mu naught ni by 2 cos theta 2 minus cos theta 1 will be B net. This is the expression for net magnetic field strength at any point inside the solenoid. Okay, if the solenoid is infinite length, okay, this is the expression in general. You can remember, if the solenoid is infinite length, if infinite length, then theta 2 will be how much? This angle theta 2, if this is infinite, this is extended up to infinite along both sides, minus infinite, this will be plus infinite. So theta 2 will become 0, theta 1 become will 180, theta 2 is 0, theta 1 will be 180. So B will be mu naught ni by 2 cos 0 1 minus cos 180 minus 1 plus 1. So this will become how much? Mu naught ni. So this is the expression for magnetic field strength within a solenoid of infinite length. Or I already told that infinite is a relative term, and this will be happen when this r is very negligible in comparison to the length. This will happen when radius of the solenoid is very negligible in comparison to length of the solenoid. It will behave as an infinite solenoid. Clear? And again, if the point of observation is close to one end, okay, if the point of observation is close to one end, that means if the point of observation is at this point, then theta 1 will become how much? 90, and theta 2 will become 0. So we can write mu naught Ni by 2 into cos theta 2 is 0, 1 minus cos theta 1, that is cos 90, equal to 0. So this implies B net will be how much? Mu naught Ni by 2. This is at one end. At one end. Okay, at one end. If this is point P at close to at one end, theta 1 will be 90, theta 2 will be 0, and net B net will be mu naught Ni by 2 into 1 minus cos 90, that will be mu naught Ni by 2. That means for a infinite long solenoid, the magnetic field strength at any point within the solenoid is mu naught Ni, and the magnetic field strength at any end will be mu naught Ni by 2. That means the strength within the solenoid is 2 times that of the strength at the edge of the solenoid. So the graph will be like this. If we are drawing the graph with respect to distance, so the graph will be like this. This will be the value at the edge, okay, and this will be the value within the center. This will be mu naught Ni by 2 edge, this will be edge, half of that of B at the center. Clear? So this is how to find out the magnetic field strength due to a solenoid. Clear?